Hello and welcome to the Lazy Susan Revolution podcast series hosted by Chris, Mary, and Sean Ruse. Today is just a lonely day in St. Louis. Nothing has happened very much, and yeah.
I don't know if I would quite say that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd beg to differ. We had a nice spell of good weather after lots of low temperatures and freezing everything. It was like 65 today, and we went on a hike.
I forget that you went to work.
Oh,
sorry,
Chris.
I live indoors, so I don't know.
It was really nice
Plus,
today.
the window is open in the studio, and I can feel it. So.
Oh yeah, like literally right now, I've got my window cracked for the first time in several months, and we're breathing in that raw
old-
nature.
yeah.
Urban air.
I'm wearing shorts. That's how
Yeah,
nice
that was
it is.
pretty-
I always wear shorts, so you know.
Chris doesn't feel temperatures. He's numb to everything.
What?
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Besides the good weather, I don't know how. I don't know what I was gonna say.
I don't know either.
So okay, a few new developments in the house.
Developer update.
Developer update.
I said developer update.
We've started a campaign of Spirit Arc with the family and a few friends. The players are Mary, Christopher, Olivia, Rob, and Jonah, and that's been pretty okay.
Want to remind the audience of what Spirit Arc is?
Right, okay. For anyone who doesn't know, Spirit Arc is very similar to D&D, Dungeons & Dragons. It's just a system that I have been trying to develop myself to fit the needs of the players that I have. So it's supposed to be simpler, more story-based, easy to pick up, but also still fun, still has combat and things like that. So as we've been playing, I've been tweaking it and making a lot of rule changes, which honestly gets very cumbersome because in addition to planning like a session or a campaign, I also have to make sure that the game works. So
Yeah, it definitely seems more stressful from your point of view than
yeah.
us players. Like, I have a good time every session.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with each version of the rules, but like after each session you're like, that was terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I've never had more fun.
It's reassuring, but also I never believe you guys. You
No,
guys are always like, yeah, that was a great session. And I'm like, you guys are lying to me.
No, I would tell you if I didn't like it.
That's true, you would.
Yeah. Would you consider yourself to be a pioneer or entrepreneur by doing this?
That's a big question. I feel like an entrepreneur involves making something for someone else, and this is kind of like making it for me. That doesn't mean I won't share this with other people. Right now, I consider myself a hobbyist or a just creative project. It gets very
crafter.
intimidating when you're like, maybe this will be the next D&D. You know, it's like you start
No, you learned your lesson from
knockout.
Knockout.
Like,
Don't try to market it.
Take things one step at a time.
make something that you enjoy, maybe, and
Handful of other people.
Handful of other
just
people.
to enjoy
Yeah.
between us.
if you try to make a product that would appeal,
Not everyone likes everything.
You're not going to know if it's going to appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
And that's...
And then, like, when it doesn't work, you think you made something bad. And really, you could have made something good. It's just, it doesn't work for, like, the masses.
Yeah, the masses
Yeah.
have weird opinions on what they
The
like.
masses suck.
Yeah. The masses don't know what they want, so they look what other people look like they think they want, and then everybody likes that.
Yeah.
So nobody actually likes what they like.
That's pretty true. It's like, yeah, like I don't know what I should be into. What's
No, should. What should I be into?
what should I be into?
Well, a market like this, I should be into that now.
Yeah. There are too many buckets. They're all like, am I a this bucket or a that bucket of a person? And then you gotta like get all the clothes, gotta get all the games that they
Are
play.
you a tomboy or a girly girl? You have to choose.
Do I have to pick?
You are one or the other,
Are
whether
you
you would
a
like it or
city
not.
slicker or a country folk?
What? How about you, Christopher? Are you a city slicker or a country folk?
Do you listen to Big Green Tractor on the weekends?
No. Country music.
It is. Sorry. It is my fundamental opinion that Big Green Tractor, you hate the song until you've ridden on a big green tractor, and then you love the song. I am the latter.
Okay.
When have you ridden on a Big Green Tractor?
Well, it's not big, but it's green, and it's a John Deere.
That's not a tractor.
That's not a tractor.
The country folk would attack you for saying that.
It was enough.
Well, you wrote it in
That's
the
what
city
a city slicker would say.
So, from what I understanding is, you rode a John Deere in a Midwest Chemical Company's parking lot,
Yes.
which is in the city, which makes you a definite city slicker.
Yeah.
That's your idea of your big.
I went
green
faster
tractor.
than a train.
Did you race?
Kind of. I raced along the train track.
Well, congratulations.
Or not like on the train track. No,
Gotta go, my big green tractor.
Tractor, we can go slow or make it go faster.
Can even beat a train.
And beat a
Can
train.
even beat a train.
Well, I
Go.
want to say I've ridden on a big green tractor, but not directly. I'm thinking of like hay bale.
Yeah,
What was it? Hay rides.
Hay rides.
Hey,
yeah.
rides are
I've ridden
okay.
in the exhaust port of a big green tractor.
just like the pigs and the horses.
Yeah,
Yeah, horses in the back. Fetching-
that's a City Slicker song.
yeah, I know, but that's a good song. Actually, no, it's not a good song, but whatever.
No, hay rides aren't as exciting as you think they're gonna be. It's just a bumpy
I
pickup truck ride.
Yeah, I feel like it's more appealing to children like
City Slicker children.
yeah, but like a certain like it's like something to do with like a
Coun-
kid that's like 7 or like
Country
8
kids
or
are raised on big green tractors.
Yeah,
Like when we went to that farm and they
the-
had
Oh,
the
yeah.
baby seat in the tractor.
the
Yeah.
the McBroom house.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come over here to the barn. We jumped in. Hey, and there's
The babies
great.
just start wandering away into the field, and they're like, "He'll come back." You're like, "Okay."
It's like a 5-year-old. They're like, okay, they're going hunting. And we're like, okay. They just wandered away.
And the one will scoot their way.
Oh yeah, can't even walk, just scooting their way through the farm.
They're just scooting away in the dirt really fast.
Yeah, and just like being there because we haven't really been on a farm, and then they showed us to like their machinery where the cows just like walk on, and I was like, boom, and then they walk off. When they're getting milked
What
and
a
whatever.
Oh, the
Great.
milking machine.
Yeah.
What a great description
Yeah.
for people who can't see.
Sorry.
Oh, fixed. Oh.
Yeah, they just walk on and get milked and walk off. It's great.
Very efficient.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that was a ramble.
Off
Off of wherever.
Comment below if you consider yourself to be a country folk or a city slicker.
A country folk.
No, that's
No, it's
right.
not. Folk is plural, right?
What's one folk?
country fellow? Well,
Maybe.
you can say fellows, so I don't know.
Folk.
Country.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Folk.
yeah.
I'm not.
I am
Country-
and folk.
No, you're not. I'm not a country folk.
No, you're a city slicker.
Yeah, you're a city slicker, Mary.
I'm a.
You don't even like Big Green
Suburb.
Tractor.
I like that song.
Oh.
Well, it's growing on me. I.
Okay, whatever. My grammar is right, or
I'm
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my grammar is right. So going off of like before we went into city slicker and country folk, we talked a little bit about entrepreneurship, and I had something pop into my head while I was at work because we just stand around and do nothing, and I noticed
What a
not,
job.
not that, but like
We
you know,
feel you.
yeah,
We
when
feel
it's,
ya.
when it's like slow.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you guys don't know, I work at Amp Up Action Park off Manchester Road. If you know where the Home Depot is over there, it's on the other side in the corner. And I've noticed a lot that people like order food on like DoorDash and Grubhub and
Right.
stuff. because you're at work. You can't like
Go
to places. So it's just had me thinking like I kind of don't like I was alive before that kind of thing was like popular and whatever, but like it's kind of a good idea to like do that. But there's also been things where it's like people don't trust Grubhub or whatever because they don't keep their food hot.
Take a bite out of my sandwich before they give it to me.
Stuff like that. But like whoever made that like idea was not really genius, but like smart and like because you have other places like delivery services, but maybe they don't have time to like deliver stuff, and it's your job to just deliver food to places.
It was just like a pizza delivery. Like if you want food to come to your house, you're like, I guess I want pizza. But if you don't want pizza, you want like an actual like restaurant like Applebee's or something. You're
and
like,
people can't
somebody's got to get that for me.
Do
you
that,
can call up your neighbor and be like, can you go pick this up?
Even like, because I think the biggest company that I first heard about doing that, like we'll pick up any food you want, is probably Uber Eats.
Yeah.
And if you think about Uber in general, even that was just a ridiculous concept.
Idea.
Okay, we have taxis. What if we just had strangers pick you up?
I still
Sounds good.
I know it's like a reliable like way to like use transportation, but I still like I've never been in an Uber. I've never done that. It just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know.
I've done it with a friend once or twice. It's not too bad.
Do you like talk to your Uber driver?
Yeah, it depends. Like they know if you're a talker or not. Well, okay, so I went in one in San Diego, and he talked, and it was interesting. And then I did one in Maryland, and like he didn't talk at all.
Yeah.
It could be either way. Like it depends on your driver, and that's kind of weird. But usually they know they're just doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff.
I feel like it's a good way on like their side of things to like get money, because like there'll be a lot of times when like I might have a part-time job, but like one night I'm just not doing anything. Sometimes you just feel like driving around. You're like, I could take somebody somewhere,
right?
You know?
I'll
make money for
I'll
it.
volunteer to be the designated driver.
Yeah.
For that, so now there's like Lyft and stuff like that popping up, and it's weird, but they have a lot of background checks, and you can even rate your Uber driver. Ooh driver.
Ooh driver.
Because I heard my boss from work brought up the question one time, is it even worth buying your own car? Like, why not just take Uber everywhere? And I'm like, there's no way that Uber is cheaper. And
it depends on how much you go places.
How often you go. And
if you think about it, like, you got to pay for gas, you got to pay for the car, and you got to pay every time it breaks. That's a lot of money.
How affordable is Uber? Like, do the drivers make their own come up with their own?
No, it's an algorithm.
It's based on how long you drive for.
Yeah, and also, like, if there's more people who need a ride than there are drivers, it'll up the price, so it's supply and demand. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's kind of like how the gas prices fluctuate to make sure that we don't run out or we have too much. You know what I mean?
All right. So it is more efficient than having your own car and
maybe
driving it a little bit.
It depends. My point was, how do the drivers make any money if it's more efficient to ride? It's like somebody, the money has to come from somewhere.
Yeah, because like Uber is still a company, and they take a cut of that.
And all of that, so I mean that's our new norm now. I mean back in the day there was taxis, but now it's just car. Get it.
Get in a car.
Yeah, place. Get in a car.
Speaking also of like the whole Uber Eats thing, I found that there's this, like people used to go to restaurants and eat at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's so many people that like go to a restaurant, like get their food and leave. Like
yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Like it's like they just want the that was hard for me to understand. Like I hate Grubhub. I'm just gonna say it because it seems so weird to me that you like going out to your favorite restaurant is kind of like,
it's about the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's about the atmosphere.
The food is the same at like almost every restaurant.
Right.
So it's not like you're
like the idea with Grubhub is like, oh, it's my favorite restaurant. I'll just have it at home. That'll be great. I'm like,
No.
what? You know?
I feel like it'd just be average food. Like if I wanted to eat at home, I could probably cook my own food that's about the same quality
Yeah.
as the restaurant's food. But
Yeah.
it's
'cause
like yeah.
I'm imagining eating like a restaurant burger and fries at home. And like, it might be good because it's all buttery and greasy or whatever those restaurants do. But I'm paying like $10 for the burger and then like $5 for the service of getting it to me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I could have bought some really good meat. Like, I guess people are lazy.
Yeah.
This whole world is becoming more lazier and lazier.
Yeah, it's more also like I feel like the social aspect of going to a restaurant is really changing because it used to be like I don't know. Well, at least for our family, we don't go out to eat very often because there's like a lot of
There's
us.
so
and
many of
we
us.
don't like paying
Right.
money. So it's like a big occasion. We're like, oh, we're going out to eat. How exciting! So we all go out, and it's a fun time. Like we all get to talk around the restaurant table, and it's different from a normal family dinner because it's like a new place and like atmosphere.
Yeah.
But like if people, even you go to restaurants and you see people that don't talk to their family or
Yeah.
whoever they're with, they're just sitting there to eat food, and it's going to a restaurant is more than eating food.
Yeah. Even where was I going? Oh yeah, like I feel like a lot of people give the newer generations a lot of criticism for, you know, being on social media too much or like technology or something.
Yeah.
And oftentimes the criticism is like they're being less social.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's true. I heard like if you think about it, they're just being social with the internet now, and like as we go
Yeah.
forward, it might convert to this thing where we sit at a computer and we order food to ourselves.
Yeah.
But like humans can't not be social.
Yeah, but it's a very different dynamic. I don't know if I would agree with that because it's like, you know, like talking to somebody face to face is a lot different from talking to them on Instagram or even texting them or even calling them. It's a lot different.
Is it different if you FaceTime or Skype?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I would still
FaceTime is a lot more popular than you think. When I was cashiering, there was like one of every 10 people that came up like was FaceTiming someone. And like they're just there.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they do.
It's a thing, but I think it's like more than just like communication is like a thing about being social, even just like being with somebody.
Yeah.
It's just different, and like I think it's kind of necessary for our health to be able to like be around people and know how to interact in like a face-to-face situation. It just doesn't hit different, you know?
Yeah. I'll try and make a case for the other side because I have a lot of friends who every night after like work or doing something that they're supposed to do, school, they'll go home and they'll hop on Discord. Everyone knows what Discord is. It's like anyone who
Yeah, we
doesn't
know.
know. Yeah, it's just you just go in and then you hang out with people. It's kind of like Skype.
Gamers chat.
Gamer chat. And they hang out, and it's very much hanging out because sometimes they play games, sometimes they don't even play games,
Yeah.
and it's literally like being in a room with somebody just virtually. And then their interaction in place of like looking at people's faces as you converse, it's like your game avatar is moving around, and that's your communication, kind of like little nuances and things like that. And it seems to work for them, like they do it consistently every night, and they're not antisocial by any means.
Yeah, but you still don't know how they are in the inside. I don't know. It's like... Because I had an idea about this, but it's left me.
That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, like, you always think of, like, now that things are getting more modern or whatever, like, kids have phones now, and kids are, like,
Right.
always on, like, little kids, like, grade school age,
Yeah.
and even younger, like, 4-year-olds have their phones, and they're texting and calling their friends and, like, FaceTiming their mom randomly. But it's, like, we are fine with how we interact socially online because we've been, like, raised without
We've seen
it.
both sides.
Yeah, we know how to interact with or without people in the room. So, like, we kind of know what our expectations are and how to, like, socially converse. But if, like, kids are learning from the very start that you don't have to interact physically with people, like, you can just call your friends or you can make friends that you've never seen before. It's just kind of different.
Right.
So people might be getting on our generations for being different and phone addicted, but like that same generation is raising their kids
It's in
even
that
worse.
same,
I don't
in
know.
that same boat.
And it's not just our generation that's all on their phones. Like I think of like 40 and up is pretty phone addicted too.
All
Yeah.
them boomers are getting on the phones.
I think theoretically it could be possible to have a healthy technology relationship with a bunch of people, but the fact of the matter is social media platforms are very new and business oriented,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
really dangerous because they also tap in really deep to people psychologically.
Yeah.
So there's the potential for it to be abused very easily.
sure.
And it is used, like advertisements know how to, or I mean, it's mainly money oriented and stuff like that, or even like the whole thing about like what's it called, where you get really self-conscious if you don't get enough likes or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that was just a
Instagram
feature.
anxiety.
Yeah, Instagram is anxiety. Like Instagram came out with this feature about, like, oh, likes and stuff. That'll be great.
It's really rewarding, but
Yeah.
then it kind of gets into your head.
Yeah, and like they it's hard to foresee that, and like we're gonna have to make a lot of mistakes
That's
that
true.
affect people socially and emotionally before we reach the point of
Yeah. I
balance.
definitely agree that technology isn't bad. Like we've done a lot of like really interesting things with social media, like things that are helping us in the business sense, and even just being connected to people that we have like no
Long
long
distance
distance
and
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
Things we like, people we really can't talk to face through technology, but as with anything, we're still really new to it, and we're still learning how to navigate the whole
like
phone thing.
Like Facebook came out in like 2005 or something like that, as just as small as Zuckerberg and friends in a dorm room.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
it hasn't been that many
so,
years since
like,
that.
Facebook's
Same with
about as
Instagram.
old as me and Mary. You're a little bit older than that,
Yeah.
but like you get the point. Like we're kind of growing into social media, and there's more. I see more social media stuff popping up, and like kind of like VR and stuff where you can like you don't have to go to the beach in the Bahamas. You
Yeah.
can be at home and put on a headset and feel like you're there.
Yeah.
It's still not the same.
It's not the same though, but like
Yeah.
it's getting more
yeah.
of that and all.
Yeah, and back to the changes of that, I thought of, you were talking about the like button on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. I think they're actually planning to get rid of the like button.
Yeah,
in
I
the
heard
future.
about that.
So,
Or not the
yeah,
like button. They're planning to get rid of
showing how many likes it's gotten.
publicly. So I
Yeah.
post something. I post a picture of my LaCroix, and 4 people like it because it's a stupid picture.
Yeah.
I can see how stupid of a picture that was, but I don't have the anxiety of saying, oh, all my friends can see I only got 4 likes on this picture. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay, yeah, I get
Um,
you.
Oh,
And you can't see, like, when you're scrolling through, like, so-and-so also took a picture of their LaCroix and they got 200 likes and I
Yeah,
only got
they're like,
4.
"Come
like, what did I
on."
do wrong?
Yeah.
Like, I guess I gotta use those filters,
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know, I've gotta, like, show my abs in the background.
Yeah. Businesses, though, were getting really upset about that because, I mean, once again, business oriented, the number of likes proves credibility of
Yeah.
something, like a brand or something. Like, oh, 1 million people like this brand, and Nike, oh, I probably should too.
Yeah.
But now it's just going to be a picture, and they're going to be like,
I like it.
yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be hard to kind of predict, like, social trends like that, too, because you don't know, like, people like things that other people have liked. And
Yeah.
if you're not able to see what's really popular, I think it'll be a big shock to a lot of people, but I think in the long run, it'll be good because it'll kind of, going back to where we started, but kind of help people understand what they like themselves and not being forced or fed things that other people like and make them think that, oh, that has to be me
Yeah.
too. It gives people more originality, I think.
you guys think that like so you know how like you can get like movies like digitally now?
Right.
Do you think all of those like older business do you think like a movie theater is like gonna go out of business and all of these like older like taxi services will go out of business because of the digital world coming in and taking it over, or
It'll definitely decline to a crawl,
Yeah,
but
that's
like
a good question.
um
A long time from now, I could see the movie theaters being gone, but there's still the nostalgia of going to the movie theater. It's
Yeah.
still an event. You get to go with friends instead. It's like something different. You get to go somewhere and it's a different experience.
but then it's like, like Star Wars comes out December 18th, and it also comes out on digital too. Are you gonna stay at home and digitally watch it, or spend the money? Well, you spend money either way,
Yeah.
or would you go to the theater and watch it?
That is a good question. Okay, so personally, I probably would choose to see it at home, but also there's something exciting about being able to like be with a group of people you don't know and
Yeah.
experience the same thing at the same time. How like
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know. I think of like after a good Marvel movie and everybody just sits there in shock.
Right.
It's just a good feeling to see everyone
Yeah.
else feeling the same way that you do, and you can like talk. You can meet new people. You can talk about it on the way out. Be like, dude, what just happened?
Think about it like plays. Like, plays used to be the only thing people would go
The
to
only-
consume content.
The
Yeah.
entertainment
and
world.
we still do plays, and there's that whole etiquette of like the audience is kind of part of the performance because their reactions
Yeah.
and it goes back and forth. And like sports, we still go. We don't just stay out on our couch. It's fun to go and see the sports game.
Yeah.
So there'll probably be always some crowd aspect in viewing.
That's true. I never thought about the audience like having
Playing
a role.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's kind of like everyone learns how to be in an audience, and it's
Yeah.
like not that you like it's something you like absolutely have to learn, especially like in a movie theater, but like I don't know, you kind of learn that you have to be quiet while someone else is speaking
Yeah.
and clap at the appropriate moments.
Yeah.
And stuff.
It's interesting. I never thought about audiences.
It's like if the one person or the two people who give a standing O, and then everybody is like that brain games
Oh,
thing.
I
where
hate that.
Two people are planted in to get to stand up and
Oh.
clap, and then
Is
people,
that enough?
people feel inclined that they
Yeah.
have to do it. And the guy's like speaking like gibberish or whatever, and it's,
That's true. Actually, one of my like biggest pet peeves is standing ovations. Like even if it's like appropriate,
Right.
I just really hate it
It
when
w-
that one guy in the front stands up, and then I feel bad because I'm like, I don't want you to be the only one
Yeah,
clapping,
yeah.
but I don't want to clap.
it was like at Master or whatever.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
father was like, "So we've reached our goal. Clap, 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 clap,
And
clap."
in my head, I was like, please don't stand, please don't stand.
No, it was even funnier because that's not what got the standing ovation. It was, if you still want to give us money, you can. And then we're like, And one guy just stands up and he's just laughing like, that's such a good joke, father. And we're like, okay.
Well, we ended up doing a full standing ovation
For-
for the wedding vow renewal for like a
yeah.
couple on their
Older-
50th
older
anniversary. It was
couple.
really adorable, but like,
Yeah. And it was
Interesting.
like a couple
pretty fine.
State of the Unions ago, everything Trump said, the Republicans like, yeah, let's go.
I hate that. Like, it's so...
I'm not even in the room, and I already feel like bad
Yeah,
for the
and
audience.
then they always pan to like the opposite party, being like, there was something
I don't-
bad he said.
I don't know what the point of that is. I mean,
just to make us angry.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's just so weird, like the whole half room standing ovation.
they always look to either Pence or Pelosi. If Pelosi's standing up, then we gotta stand up.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
Pence is standing, then
So tribal.
that. So it's
It is tribal.
It's just a little bit weird. So we all know that the digital world is coming back in, but we've concluded here that the old stuff is not going to go away. It's still going to be there.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet. I hope not. But there will be a little bit of a decline because of the digital world. So we're going to kind of wrap up a little bit. It's
that's all right.
been a good time talking about the digital world and Uber and
And
Grubhub and
Big Green Tractor.
Big Green Tractors
Spirit
and
Arc. Actually,
Spirit
I forgot we
Arc.
talked about that. Sorry, Sean.
It's all right. We always got
We've got
the
more.
rest of the year to talk about
About
Spirit Arc.
and all about social cues. So thanks guys for listening to another episode of Lazy Susan. Tune in next week where we talk about something else.
Yep.
Hey.
As always, we want to hear your comments. So
Yeah,
please,
give
more
us
than
something.
at Matt, we love your comments, but we'd like to see some more people too.
At Meg. So
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.